Hello, indie authors. Well, you saw the title of today's video, Harsh Self-Publishing Facts and Great Advice, and you decided to check it out. So let's get started. The very first fact I want to tell you is this. Your first self-published book's sales will be very small and most likely disappointing. That's because you're an unknown author. You're probably not going to be a great author with your first book. Doesn't mean you can't be. It just means it's not going to be your best writing. You're going to have family members and close friends buy that book. That's what typically happens with self-published authors. Research says they sell 20 to 25 copies of each book. Now that can be a crushing thing after you spend weeks and months and maybe years pouring your heart and your soul into this book, this story you're trying to create. I don't want you to do that. I want you to understand this bit of advice. If you manage your expectations, if you understand that you have worked as hard as you can work, you have created the best story you can create in that first book. You've done all the tasks necessary, and we'll talk about some of those later on. But you've done those tasks. You can be very proud to have your name on that first book. I'm very proud to have my name on my first book. I can tell you that for those same reasons. Don't let the reality of being an unknown, self-published, independent author crush your writing spirit, because that happens an awful lot. The second thing I want us to talk about today, the second fact is this. It is a monumental task to write a book. No matter if you're working, retired, whether you're at home or you're away, it is hard to find the time in your schedule to write. It's a thing that is so difficult to manage because it will make you feel guilty if you don't write. And sometimes it will make you feel guilty if you are writing and ignoring your family or maybe the work you should be doing. You've got to find a way to balance that. You've got to get your head around that and really find the way to create a writing schedule. Because in order to be a good writer, you have to write. You have to get started writing and you have to stick with it. That's what writing experience really is. And if you will do those things, you will be proud of your work, no matter what the final sales total is as you launch it. The next really harsh fact I want you to understand is this. No one cares about your book. Now, your friends and your family, they're going to care to a certain degree. Beyond that, no one cares. And no one's ever going to care like you care about this book. It's your story. It's your creativity. It's the voice you want to have in those written words. Don't worry about that. Don't let that drag you down. Don't irritate people. Don't talk about your book. Just write your book. That's all you need to worry about. I understand, as we said, we all want that book to be successful. And we want to talk about how to do it and what we're doing. Don't do that until it's over. When you finish, you can talk more about your book. Also understand this. This is a little bit of a harsh fact. Your first book will not be your best. Why would it be your best? Because you're not Harper Lee and you're not writing To Kill a Mockingbird. None of us are going to do that, to be very honest with you. Your first book is going to show your writing experience and the things you don't know. It's going to demonstrate what you don't know about dialogue, what you don't know about plots and characters. And that's fine, because if you work on it enough, it will go above a mediocre level, and it will go to the best level your limited writing experience can take it to. That is a huge win, and you've got to manage those expectations about the book itself, about the book sales, about who cares about it as you go through this. It's not a fire and forget mentality. You have to maintain these thoughts as you're doing this. The next fact is this. If you go to the internet for great sound advice, you will be disappointed. I am amazed at the toxicity, the rudeness, the harshness that people who ask very real world questions about getting started writing receive back from people on the internet. Don't go there. I would just tell you, it's not worth it. What I would say to you is this: seek out and find a writing resource that feels right for you, that you can trust, and keep going back to it. And we'll talk more about that as well. Stop being upset about the writing challenges that you face in this book. And we talked about a couple. Time, things you don't know. You're going to really get to the point where you write pages, you write storylines, and you don't know if they're good. You simply don't know if they're a good piece of writing. My advice is this: when you're writing your book and you are self-editing and rewriting and you simply don't know, take a break. Step away from the book for about a week. Come back, and the first thing you should do is read what you have written from start to finish, then start about the process of self-editing and rewriting. That's your best chance of polishing this book back to what you wanted it to be. Remember that writing experience shortage that you have? That will come from editing, self-editing, rewriting, and doing that process all over again. You will rebuild, or you will build that writing muscle as you do those things. You will just go through it over and over. It's going to take a lot of time for you to become a very good writer. It's not something that you can just decide to do and throw a book together and have it be great. It's not that easy. And if you will, again, manage your expectations about how long it's going to take, how hard it's going to be, and the other things you're going to have to do other than writing. Now I want to talk about some things that I want you to never do. And these are facts. Never, ever pay anyone to publish your book. Just don't do that. You can self-publish your book. There are multiple platforms. I happen to use Amazon KDP. I think it's a very good fit for me. It's pretty simple to do. And it wasn't to begin with, but it became much more simple. If I can publish a book, you can publish a book. I promise you. Never, ever believe you can do a proper final self-edit. Just scratch that off your list. I know it's expensive. I understand that the cost might be prohibitive to you as a new self-published author. Don't spoil your book by trying to self-edit. You put all this time and all this energy into it. Why would you drag it down with structural, grammatical, punctuation errors? Don't do that to your book. Save your money, borrow money, cut some things out. No matter what, pay a professional editor to edit your book. And while I'm on that soapbox, let me tell you this. Don't create your own cover for your book. Pay the $50 to $75 to a professional book cover creator. Don't drag your book down on your own. Take those steps and your book will be much better. Don't forget that you are the writer, you're the publisher, but you're also the marketer. When you hit that publish button, you may think your book is going to go out into that large lake and sell. Well, no, it's not. And sometimes no matter what you do, it's hard to get those sales going. But you're going to have to be the marketing manager and the promotion manager of your book. Here at Cynical Publications, I try to do that via social media. I try to do that with speaking events. I also try to do that with a YouTube channel. I try to publicize my writing everywhere I can. And you have to get over the hurdle of exposing yourself, putting yourself out there. You have to be ready to stand up and tell people about your work and tell people about your inspiration and tell them about the book you've written. Sometimes that's not an easy thing for some of us to do. Now look, you might want to write a book. You might want to write a low content basic book. And you may want to self-edit it, and you may want to go to some online creative app and make a cover. I hope you won't do that. I hope if you're going to write a book, you will write it and you will finish it to the degree that it deserves. But if you do that, if you decide that's the way you want to write and publish your book, you can do it. There are thousands of books, very low content books, thrown out into the world of self-published work every month. I highly advise you not to do that. Write a book that you can be 100% confident when you tell people it's a great value. When you tell people it's a great read, that it's properly edited. Tell people that you have spent the time and the energy and yes, the money to make this book be the best it can be. Now, the last thing I want to tell everyone is this. It has taken me most of the morning to make this video. And why? Because I feel very strongly about the subject matter of today. I am continually irritated by the fact that so many people are hard on themselves and so many other people consider themselves to be experts and diminish people. I really do not like that. I struggled immensely in the first couple of books I wrote. I learned during that first one to get off my own back, to lighten up, and it made my writing better. Then I fell back into it in the middle of book number 2, Who Killed Glenna. I managed to find my way out of that by just understanding that I didn't know what I was doing. I started watching YouTube videos. I started reading things. I started looking for advice anywhere I could find it. But the thing that I did along with that is I kept writing. I kept writing constantly. And I would come back and read all the way through what I had written and not like it. So what did I do? I edited it and I rewrote it. It took me 18 months to write my first book after I got serious about writing it. That doesn't mean it'll take you 18 months. That's just what my experience was. It took me about 4 months to write book number 2 because I understood some of the real challenges. I knew where some of the real potholes were in that process. I feel very strongly about another thing. This is a small YouTube channel with very limited views, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm 100% confident in the advice I'm giving you and the facts I'm pointing out. I want to establish a writing community that helps self-published authors. You don't have to be a first-time author. You can be writing your 10th book and I think learn something from the conversations and some of the advice we talk about on this channel. And I would like to invite you all you independent writers out there, to join us at Cynical Publications and join our writing community. Because what we're going to do is we're going to try and help each other. I believe a real solid writing community can do the things that are necessary to help people without being rude, obnoxious, and attacking. I just don't want us to do any of that. I want to be a resource for people to come and know that they're going to be respected and their questions are going to be answered to the best of that person's ability giving the advice. If you want to join us, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, drop us a comment. And if you don't want to do anything on the channel, you can drop me an email at sidmickelpublications@gmail.com. Now, we try to post a video weekly with advice, with tips. This is the second video of this week, and it's here because I just felt so strongly about some of the negativity that I see and I hear. And some of that negativity is bad advice going out to self-published authors. Some of the advice that I hear is ridiculous. There is no magic advice. My advice is not magic. My advice is factual because I've published 7 books. I've gone down those roads. But I will tell you right now, I don't know everything. But I am willing to try to help you find the answers you need. So that's it. That's me getting off my soapbox now as we close out the video. Next Tuesday, we'll have another one. And just so you know, next Tuesday's video is going to include what I've been asked to do repeatedly, include a blooper reel. As I said, I think this is take 16 this morning on this one. That may have been just because I was kind of irritated and wanted to do a good video that helped people. We'll try to do the same thing next Tuesday, and maybe the blooper reel will be a valuable part of that next video. So until we get together again, please take care of yourself. And as I always say, have some fun with your friends and your family this week. It will make your week better. I promise you that. It's the good advice I'm giving you right now. But until we get back together, please take care of yourselves. We will see you again soon. Bye-bye.